You know that stuff, right? That green, brown, sometimes even black gunk that just kind of shows up on the side of your house? It seems to creep into every little nook and cranny. Well, have you ever really stopped to wonder, what is that? Today, we're going to figure it out. And more importantly, we're going to uncover the professional secret to getting rid of it for good without wrecking your home in the process.
So, welcome to the Pro's Guide to a Cleaner Home. We are going to get to the bottom of what that gunk actually is, and then we're going to break down the safest, most effective way to deal with it, a technique called low-pressure house washing.
All right, so here's what we've got lined up. First, we're going to identify that stuff on your house. Then, and this is a big one, we'll talk about why the obvious fix is actually a huge mistake. After that, we'll dive into the pro's secret, the low-pressure method, show you some real results, and then wrap it all up with a super simple 3-step process to make your home look like new again.
All right, first things first, let's get right into it and figure out what we're actually dealing with here. Because, spoiler alert, it is not just a little bit of dirt. So, what is it? Well, believe it or not, it's alive. What you're seeing is actually a combination of mold, mildew, and algae. This stuff is actively growing and spreading, creeping and crawling its way into every tiny crack. And that's exactly why it can be so hard to get rid of.
And look, this is way more than just an eyesore. If you just let it go, this growth can cause permanent damage. It can literally eat away at your home's exterior, which leads to super expensive repairs. Not only that, but it can be unsafe for your family and pets, and it can actually drag down the value of your entire property.
Okay, so this brings us to a really critical point. You see that grime, and the first instinct for a lot of people is, I'll just blast it off with a pressure washer, right? Well, hold on. That approach can actually make things so much worse.
Just look at the difference here. On one side, you have high-pressure blasting. It's like taking a hammer to a delicate problem. It can rip off paint, shred siding, and cause all sorts of expensive damage. But here's the kicker. A lot of the time, it just shears off the top layer of the mold, leaving the root behind to just grow right back. But then you've got the professional low-pressure method. It's smarter, it's gentle. It uses the right cleaners to kill the mold at its source, and then it just safely rinses it away.
So we've talked about the villain, high-pressure washing. Now let's bring in the hero, the low-pressure method. This is how the pros get the job done right, and for a very good reason.
And the whole secret here is that it's not about brute force. It's about being smart. You see, the specialized cleaning solutions do all the heavy lifting. They're what actually kill the mold and algae. Then the gentle water pressure just comes in and rinses it all away. No blasting, no damage. That's the game changer. And the best part? It's safe for pretty much everything. We're talking vinyl siding, stucco, brick, stone, even wood, gutters, soffits, you name it. It's designed to be tough on all that grime, but super gentle on your house.
Okay, that all sounds great, but does it actually work? You want to see some proof, right? Well, let's get into the real results, and we're going to start with a promise that is, pretty impressive.
All right, just look at this number, 18. What on earth is that about? Is it 18 steps? $18? Nope, it's something way better than that.
This is the 18-month no-mold guarantee. Think about that for a second. If any of that nasty stuff comes back within a year and a half of the service, they come back and treat it again, for free. I mean, that's how confident they are that this method really works.
And people are definitely seeing the difference. John here had a north-facing wall, the kind that always gets all that green gunk, and he said the mold and mildew were gone in minutes. In minutes! His whole house looks new.
Then you've got Charles, who points out it's not just about the final product. He was blown away by the care and the quality of the work. It's about having pros who are actually attentive and really do the job right.
And check this out. It's not just for houses. Brenda had a tough job with a house and a metal barn that was covered in stubborn moss. And guess what? They both look clean now. So yeah, this method can handle the really tough stuff.
So you're probably thinking, all right, I'm sold. How does this actually happen? Well, you'll be surprised at how simple it is. It's just a 3-step process to get your home looking amazing again. Seriously, it's this easy. Step 1, you just get a free estimate. No commitment, just find out. Step 2, you pick a day and time that works for your schedule, not theirs. And then step 3, this is the best part, you do nothing. You just sit back, relax, and let the uniformed technicians handle everything. They do the work, and then they even follow up to make sure you're totally happy. So let's wrap this all up with a simple thought. Your home,
It's probably your biggest investment, right? Your most prized possession. So the real question is, isn't it worth protecting it from damage while also restoring that just like new shine? That's really what this is all about.